Digital Venture X Pitch Day call, which is a fortnightly call supported by technology into big and successful businesses by getting them some funding. At the outset, let me retired from the Indian Army after putting in 40 years of service in the combat arm of the Army. Though I am an engineer by profession, and after retirement, I've been associated with True Digital Startup, and it's been a great experience. We have a repository of now almost 375 startups on our platform. Interacting with each startup, what idea Sanjeev has, taking it ahead from there and getting them whatever funding has been possible has been a great journey for me at least. Today, as a part of our endeavor to get the funding for these startups, we also have some eminent personalities with us on our call. We have, firstly, I'll introduce Mr. Himanshu Kothari, who is the founder and senior managing partner at Global Venture Capital Advisors. He's based out of Pennsylvania in the US, and we are very thankful to him for being here. I'm sure the founders of the startups will benefit immensely from his great experience. We also have Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia, who's been with us in one of our calls earlier. He's the Presidential Advisor, International R&D Creativity Organization, and is the Global Brand Ambassador, Sustainable Development Goals to the United Nations Organization. We again extend a warm welcome to Dr. Salvia. We again have Colonel Tarun Kumar, who's a startup mentor, a business consultant, and a sustainability evangelist. Again, we extend a welcome to Colonel Tarun. Like me, he's also a veteran and now he's ventured into this field. Today we have, two young and dynamic startup founders who will be doing their presentations. Introduce these startups once the presentations are closed. And then we have Raghuvendra and Lalita from HoloWare. I will again tell what the business idea or the idea is. I want to inform all of you that we have also launched the Moonlight Fund. You must have seen it on our platform, where we welcome angel investors wanting to put in more than a lakh rupees, anything upwards of a lakh rupees. We'll be the lead investors for them. And this is a new venture that the ecosystem of startups will grow with the great idea of people like Sanjeev Sinha, who's been, actually very selflessly working on getting the funding. It's a very, very transparent platform that we have created. We have the startups who put up their pitch decks, free of any cost, pitch decks to the investors. It's an open forum. Anyone can join it. We also invite some mentors as we have today. During the presentation, please put yourself on mute. Otherwise it disturbs the call, and then it's difficult for anyone to make sense of what the founder is wanting to say. Give him his time, say what you actually want to tell everyone, and after that we'll leave it open, say 2 minutes or 3 minutes for question answers. So that is how we absorb the whole, the business idea or the technology over on the YouTube that you want to learn about. You can get back to us. You can get back to us on the mail that we have, co@tdstartup.com. We will help you clear all your doubts. In any case, if there's some investor who gets interested in the startup, we have a deep dive session with them subsequently, and anything that needs to be cleared will be cleared in the deep dive sessions. But I only want to request you that also, you could tell your friends or whatever way you want to, the Moonlight Fund that we have launched, we would like to take it ahead. Again, the endeavor is only to
Sir, is
help
Moonshot.
the funding of
It is Moonshot.
Yeah.
Moonshot.
Yeah, Moonshot fund that which we have launched to take the funding of the startups ahead. So Sanjeev, you will have to now get ready before I can request Srijan to start his call. I'll introduce Srijan's technology or whatever he's wanting to say only after
Sir,
you say you are ready with it.
we will let the investors also introduce themselves, the Investex panel.
Yeah.
And then then I will pause for a moment and then Srijan will start because I need to do this in three
we
phases.
can do that.
Yeah.
So we
So
can have Mr. Himanshu. I will request you to say a few words so that it motivates our founders to do a good presentation. Then we'll have Dr. Vijay and then we'll have Colonel Tarun say a few words each.
Okay. Okay. So here something I want to tell you about myself is uh, not that I have been a serial entrepreneur all my life, okay, but mainly into advisory. My background is I was an auditor and an accountant, BCom, LLB, but not so great in my career. So, so despite my that pathetic educational background, I became a business partner with TCS and won awards for 1.5 days. So your educational background, if you are really a great in education, it's a stumbling block for you for to become a person like me with pathetic education where nobody will hire you. You have no way but to create your own self. There were two lines in my school which I remember. Nothing else I remember from my education is there is a poem called Satan's Speech by John Milton. He wrote this famous uh, uh, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained. So in seventh standard, I had that poem called Satan's Speech. The last two lines became my life motto. The last two lines are, I'll better rule in hell than serve in heaven. Being an entrepreneur is living in your own hell, and you make that your heaven. But you take up big corporate jobs, you are living in somebody's heaven. But it makes life hell for you, right? So this is my motto. And my another driver in my life is the founder of this pharma company, very famous pharma company in Ahmedabad. When he died, he was actually a salesman in a pharma company. Then he was promoted, so he refused to accept the promotion and he started his own company. And he became one of the top 10 in India, pharmaceutical company. So when he died, his sons gave a half-page ad in Times of India, first quarter page. And the ad says, निशान चुक माफ, लेकिन नहीं माफ नीचा निशाना. That is what entrepreneurs aim should be. आप यूनिकॉर्न बनने का ख्वाब मत देखो, पर एटलीस्ट बस ये ख्वाब देखो कि 100 मिलियन की वैल्यूएशन हमारी हम खुद बनाएंगे, without rigging up on ARR and MRR kind of massive nonsense. Okay, you should be able to bootstrap without somebody's money. That will give you the power of experience. And then once you succeed on bootstrapping, it is the funds who will chase you that हमारा पैसा लो हमको कमा के दो. लाइफ में एक बात सीखो, जैसे मैं सीखा कि डोंट सेल योरसेल्फ, make people buy you. Okay, that is very critical for startups. The third driver in my life is when the Maggie sauce was launched in India, it came up with very innovative advertising on televisions. And that was using this famous actor, I forget his name, but he was the brand ambassador for the Maggie sauce. And the ad campaign was, it's different. Can you define what is being different? Every startup comes with a me too approach to the market. But when you say it's being different, you got to be like, there is one yellow rose in a bouquet of red roses. So you got to present yourself as a yellow rose in a bouquet of red roses. And that is why you call being different. It's different. Throughout my life, these principles, I have driven myself to USA and I have globally scaled up with global clients and global network of investors. And my clients include funds, LPs, institutional investors. And recently I have been invited to join as an advisory board member on two big funds. So you have to make people buy you, never sell yourself. This is very, very important for any startup entrepreneur. I get lot of entrepreneurs coming to me. नहीं हमको पैसा मिलेगा तो हम बिजनेस स्टार्ट करेंगे, अभी तो हम स्टार्ट नहीं करेंगे. That means you are telling somebody I am not a risk taker. When you tell somebody I am not a risk taker, to go hell to you. आप अपनी कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में एंजॉय कीजिए, कंफर्ट जोन में जिए. Entrepreneur will never live in the comfort zone in his life. Dhirubhai Ambani before he became Dhirubhai Ambani, was the most attacked person, and he fought so much battles in his life, and yet became number one in India in a span of 25 years. All big industrialists tried to drive him out of business, and Dhirubhai drove them out of business. Likes of Nasli Wadia, likes of the Indian Express Group, likes of that Orchid, Mehraz, where they are today, and where is Dhirubhai? He was also not an educated man. He was just a gas station pump operator in Eden. So you should show that you are a risk taker in life. आप कॉर्पोरेट जॉब छोड़ोगे नहीं और आपको कोई पैसा देगा और फिर आप जॉब छोड़ोगे, that means you are ready to take a risk at somebody's cost. Believe me, nobody will listen you. You will get rejected. आप bootstrap कीजिए, find out solution for your customers or would-be customers. Get somebody on board and not free pilot. Make them pay. If you do free pilots, it is waste of time for both sides. I've done only one pilot in my life because I wanted to understand the retail industry, the modern retail industry. But I found out that the people on the other side were just interested because they're not paying for me. But I invested the time to learn the intricacies of a modern retail format. And that client was Godrej Retail. But I learned about retail industry in just 3 months by investing maximum a few hours a week. So that kind of approach you will do only to learn, not give benefits to anybody free. Don't give anything free.
Thank you, Mr. Himanshu. Mr. Himanshu, I'm sorry, we have a little, thing about time.
I'm just sharing something which startups don't understand, that free is the most expensive thing, including fundraising exercise.
Without any doubt.
Don't expect that somebody will get you funded free or only on success fee basis. That's a wrong thesis. Anybody who works on success fee basis will be not interested in your proposal. And you will be appointing tens of people to raise funds on success fee basis, and they will have hundreds of people on such basis. The success rate is not even 1%. But a fee-based approach, the success rate is 80%. I reject 99% of inquiries for fundraising if it is success-based. So I focus only on 1% clients where I get 80% success rate. So no waste of time. Success fee-based activity is 100% waste of time. Believe me. Anyways, this is what I wanted to share with the startup. There is a lot to share, but I don't want to take up everybody's time.
No, not that, Mr. Himanshu. It was really wonderful listening to you. We have a constraint of time. That is why I had to, intervene in between. Dr. Vijay, would you like to say something? And after that, we'll have Colonel Tarun a few words. Then we'll, go to the founders, because we have to have a small gap in between where the team needs to, reboot his system for the video recording. Dr. Vijay, over to you.
Yes. Good evening to all of you. As today we are at this meeting for the startups, and also as this one has introduced me as the special advisor for the International R&D Creativity Organization USA India, and we have the research innovation startup university also, which is working only for the startups for their self-employment and employment. So, as a need of this society, as the need of this world, we we also we have the slogan that right metric and right direction. And also, as you know, that today, after COVID, everyone knows how to sustain. And the sustainability of everyone is now becoming a critical situation. The main thing is not that we have to success in career, we have to success in business, but that success, whatever the success, the definition of a success is very, we can say, it is not a straightforward. Yes, if somebody has the 100 crores of money, he is a successful person. But success is depends on variety of we can say objects or matters. A variety of categorization is there. If somebody have the money, if somebody have the happiness in their life with respect to their mental situation, their, with respect to their physical situation, with respect to their family, with respect to their career, that is employment and or a job, and there are so many, we can say, the lifestyle in the sense the basic needs. So then we say that he is a successful person, or he or she. And as a startup, for the startup, we must have to know what is the art of living with respect to earning the money, and also with respect to, we can say, to live in a life. So we have the Happiness by Wipro International also for that leadership activities and leadership in living. That is how what are the texts we should apply to success our business, to success our startup, to success our job. Job today, the job is also just like a, we can say, a startup, a self-employment process. Only thing is that the money is fixed there, but in case of startup or entrepreneurship or self-employment, the money is depends on your work or your efforts. And for that, we, we always work for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Actually, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals includes all the matters, whatever the a person should have. Innovations, remove the poverty, happiness, production, all, and there are so many. Green ecology, green work. So for their different fields, and every person today we are attached to all the, we can say, a 360-degree approach. We have the our whatever the text we have, whatever the living style we have today, we all following the 360-degree approach to living, and that 360-degree approach is now related to the entrepreneurship also. With respect that it is also connected to the startups also. And there, we know that if we connected to the green environment, if we connected to the whatever the basic needs with respect to the natural living things, with respect to the natural environment, so we will be sustained, and that sustain will only depends on the natural and the life is whatever the ecology we have, and that is the natural base. This computer technology or whatever we are today, we are using the artificial intelligence, robotics, IT. It should be sustained only when it is connected to the living things. That is the our nature. And if it is not connected, it is not adaptable to that. Then we will get the problems. And after it, we know that when this computer technology and IT fields before we can say 10 years, it was lagging. But right now, as the artificial intelligence and whatever the computer technology and IT, today we have changed, we have used the tools and techniques in such a way that it should be used for the human body. So now it is now becoming a top priority. All the branches of the engineering are now become less, and this computer artificial intelligence is now rises. So this is the message. Whatever we have said you, this is the message to the upcoming startup that we should break our hard zone. We should break our soft zone. Sorry, we should break our soft zone. The soft zone in the sense that today, whatever today is rising, it is not necessary that tomorrow, after 2 years, it will be we can say a successful or a raised person, a raised technology, or whatever the business we have, it will be stand up. It is depends on your innovations. It is depends on your compatibility to the particular environment, to the particular demands. If the customer demands is changing, then we have to change our product. We have to change our tax. We have to change our methods. And if it is always related to the natural living things, which is already related to the nature, then it will not break. It will always rises.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
Vijayji,
Dr. Vijay. We'll have to, I'll have to
Vijayji,
intervene again, you know,
we have
because
constraint of time, so let the
So
founders present.
last slide, I would like to say, whatever the product or a startup or whatever the idea you have, it should be such that it should be comfortable and adaptable to the society with respect to the changing in time.
All right.
So you must always update yourself, and the product or your we can say a topic of your business should be in such a way that you should not be in a soft zone. Always you should we can say face the market that yes, this is my product and I want to. Yeah, as sir says, if person should buy you, you should not sell. So always keep your in a hard zone, not a soft zone. On a risk capability, you must also adopt this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
thank you. Tarun, a quick few words from you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Colonel Tarun with about 3 decades of MBA experience. And I work with entrepreneurs, small business owners, people, those who are trying to make a difference in this world. And where my risk-taking ability comes in, General Sethi will agree to it. As Fajis, that is our second nature. Encountering risk-taking situations is something that we were brought up on. And this is something which makes the concept very interesting when we work with these startups, try and understand the pain point they are doing. Like Kothari ji was saying, that people are enamored with the concept of making it a unicorn. We all should be celebrating that. Physics Wala has become a unicorn yesterday. And after the 6 years of hard work, in their very first Series A funding, they have never ever gone for funding, and they could make $100 million. Now, these are the kind of stories that should inspire us and should also make people understand that you are here to develop a painkiller, not a vitamin. We are not looking for steroids. We are looking for pain which is engrossing the society, which is affecting people. And if you have the right medication for that, you might be delayed, but you will never be stopped because you will arrive. Success is not an entitlement in the entrepreneurship world because every day you have to go out, you have to slog yourself, and you have to earn your trust with your customers. If you don't do that, you are not having the entrepreneurial mindset. And if you don't have that kind of a mindset, I generally recommend people don't even jump into the pool because you will only get wet, neither you will learn swimming. In fact, you will be afraid of entering into the pool next time. So with these words, I hand you over back to General Sethia and Sanjeev so that we can listen to some interesting conversation today and see that how we can make a difference to these two entrepreneurs who are trying to change the world.
Yeah,
Back to
thank you.